Hello Libra and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm a spiritual life coach and I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. Let's get started with your intuitive message for the week. Princess of Swords, interesting. This is your energy starting off the week. Okay, so we're keeping a very clear head. We're keeping a very rational head. And there's a little maybe element of detachment in your vibe this week where you're really trying to figure things out, trying to sort things out. I'm feeling an interesting power emanating from this card. I haven't ever felt that before with this card. And I'm feeling like my guides are wanting me to reassure you and remind you that you are surrounded with divine help and divine protection. So any detachment you feel, if it's because you're trying to protect yourself, you don't need to worry because you've got this power around you that's going to help you and kind of, I want to say protect you from anything negative, protect you from anything that's potentially harmful. That's fascinating. Okay, let's look at beneficial energy. Queen of Swords. Hello, mommy. And I'm laughing because princess and queen. Energy that holds you back. Eight of Swords. Okay. This mental energy, the way you're looking at your situation with rational detachment, your message is to bring it up to an even higher level. Okay, the ranking in the tarot cards are princess, prince, queen, king, and it might be a little different in your deck. But the queen represents the mastery of the element in a way that is practical and grounded, and also, I want to say controlled, but controlled in a good way. Not controlled like controlling, but as in like has it under control. So we're talking about the element of air, which is thoughts, which is the element of Libra, the rational mind, the objectivity. But emphasized in these cards in particular is that connection to the other side via the crown chakra, all of the purple on their clothes. And you'll notice that the princess has the throat chakra here, and she's also got the third eye, and she has a hint of the purple kind of wisping around, but it's not pure purple. Versus our queen, who's completely clad in purple. So she's completely clad in that connection to intuition. Other thing to notice in these cards, I really get excited about these cards, so bear with me. This sword points down to earth. This sword points up to heaven, meaning this one is concerned with what's going on the earth, and the thoughts are coming from the self. Whereas with this card, the thoughts are being received from the higher mind, from the higher guidance, from the intuition. The other difference in these cards is that the Queen of Swords, I hope you can see this, she has her eyes closed. Princess of Swords has her eyes open. So she's looking at the world, kind of trying to figure it out. Whereas the Queen knows herself. She knows what she thinks. She knows how she feels. And she's willing to stand out on a limb, be alone in what she realizes, in what she, in how she feels. There's a tree sitting in the background here, like a very wise and old tree that's alone. And she's not afraid of that. She's very grounded in her beliefs. She's very rooted in what she knows. So this is the air element contained and controlled. So you're receiving information from the other side, from your higher guidance. Your thoughts are purposeful. They're grounded and calm. This princess, the thoughts can kind of be a little bit more fickle, a little bit more changing, a little bit more responsive. Like, oh, I think this, but okay, that situation changed, so I changed my mind. I'm not changing my mind. I've got all the information I need. This is kind of maybe not this, maybe that, maybe, it's a little more indecisive. Now, we haven't talked about this Eight of Swords card, which has another fascinating thing. She's got her crown chakra backwards. So the crown chakra should be on the top of her head, but it's on the bottom. And then the intuition is in the middle. So she's kind of the backwards of this card here, in a way. So again, when you've got yourself too stuck in trying to analyze what's going on in front of you and changing your mind about what you're seeing and just getting kind of lost in your mind, just flitting and flitting and flitting, you're getting lost in your hamster, on your hamster wheel, in your monkey mind. And that will keep you stuck. That energy is not going to work for you, Libra. Okay. I'm sorry, there's something else coming through, so just give me a second here. It keeps saying to me, wise counsel, wisdom. Kind of like the wisdom of the elders. And I feel that with our Queen of Swords here. So what are you trying to say? There's someone that really bears listening to, likely a female figure, likely an older female figure, that may be trying to tell you something, but it's almost as if you need to listen to her words in a different way. It's not about the person delivering the words, it's about the message. And that's why you need to kind of divorce yourself from who this person means to you and listen to just the words, because there's a message in the words. But what's coming through is that you can't get caught up in the emotional relationship. So, to give you a funny example, if you have someone at work who's an older female who drives you crazy and who you can't stand, and she happens to say something to you, look at what she says. Forget for a second that you can't stand her. Kind of drop that subjective reaction and just look at the substance of her words, because there's something in there for you. Either a message or a piece of information that you've been looking for to understand something better. There's something in that for you. So it's not necessarily, if it's advice, it's not about following the advice or not following the advice. It's listening with more detachment. Okay, let's get a little bit more story. We've got the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Wow, Libra. 4 to 5. What is that? 80%? 80% sword cards. Okay. Now, this seems to be a continuation of what I was just telling you about. You need to drop your position about this person or about this situation. Just relinquish the stubborn thoughts the stubborn belief system you've been holding about them, okay? The emotions that are coming through it's like that long-held resentment. It's something that's been building over time. But for some reason, this person is going to be useful to you, or this information is going to be useful for you. And it's like you're not going to see it if you keep holding on to this position that you're having, or this attitude towards them. Okay, they're telling me to get one more. Yet another sword card, 3 of Swords. Okay, so this attitude you're having towards the other person is just, it's not helping you at all. It's causing you to hurt yourself, essentially. This, I can relate to this. I've had a person like this. It takes a lot to get on my bad side, but once you're there, it's very hard to cross the line again. And I had a dream where I was talking to this person and just listing my reasons, listing my grievances, listing why I feel the way I do. And I feel like the message here is that we need to just release all of that. Okay. There are times to keep boundaries and there are times to keep distances, but right now it just seems like there's more energy being spent trying to keep that boundary, trying to keep that resistance going. And it's it's wasted energy. Either that it doesn't matter, the other person doesn't feel that same way, or maybe this relationship isn't even important to both of you, you know? It doesn't make sense to hold on to these long resentments because it's zapping your own energy. It's keeping you from getting up to your next level, finding that queenly status versus this princess. You also notice that she's on the ground, which kind of makes you think she's in motion, moving around, where she has a designated spot to sit and nobody else sits there. So you have this kind of queenly embracing of your position versus running around on the ground trying to figure everything out. Okay, just a little bit of an aside there. Okay, Libra, to wrap this up, drop the attitude, listen to the words. All right. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me, Libra. I do look forward to doing these readings every week. And if you are curious to learn about how my spiritual life coaching can really help you open up to even more of yourself, then please check out my website, soulguidancewithadriana.com. There's also a link in the description below. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.